Presently, India and Bangladesh had a very good network of inland waterways prior to our independence from the British in 1947. In India, after that, the waterways did not receive the kind of infrastructure development funding that it ought to have received, and the government emphasized more on roadways and railways. But now, with a lot of congestion on the roads, the railways also not expanding, there's a lot of traffic constraints on the railways, and growing environmental awareness makes inland waterways a very good option. So our policymakers are now quite gung-ho about inland waterways, and we are receiving good support from the highest echelons of policy making in our country, which is the Prime Minister's office. In India, we have, as I said, 5 declared waterways, out of which 3 are operational. So, Inland Waterway Authority of India keeps the fairways operational by dredging, by bandaling, and regular surveys. We have got our own vessels, our own dredgers. We are also taking up now river information system, which is by the end of this year. We hope river information system will be operational between Haldia and a point in the river Ganga called Farakka, where there is a very major thermal power plant. Financing has been from the budgetary resources allocated by the government, and in future also we are assured of budgetary allocations from our government. Our main requirements is firstly to keep what we have, keep it in a state of operation, and secondly there are some stretches where more capital intensive work is required, from the stretch beyond Ghazipur in Uttar Pradesh till Allahabad. There is more work required to be done, such as setting up barrages, and those are capital intensive, so we require funds for that. Also, there are 2 new waterways that have been declared by our parliament. So these 2 waterways have a lot of potential, and we require funding to develop them for dredging, for setting up shore facilities, for night navigation facilities. A lot of funding is required for that. The inland waterways carry unfortunately a very minuscule amount of the traffic. But now we have arrived at a new kind of a paradigmatic solution. It involves having a long-term commitment for bulk commodity cargo that will encourage private investors to invest in barging capacity, invest in building new barges that will carry the commodities. So we are hoping that the success of this project will have a demonstrative effect on shippers, and they will consider inland waterways a viable option much more strongly than they have done before.